Passover not only celebrates the redemption of the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt over 3,300 years ago, but in Judaism, we say that when God created the world, He created this concept called freedom. The national manifestation of freedom was the Jewish people picking up and leaving Egypt 3,300 years ago. But really, it's not just about the Jewish people becoming free on Passover. It's about every one of us individually becoming free. As a matter of fact, in the Passover Haggadah, we read, "This year we are slaves, next year may we be free men." But can one really say that we're slaves now? It seems in where we live, we come when we want to, we go when we want to. Anyone can make a living how they want to make a living. Can one really say that we are slaves? Well, if you were to meet a person who is suffering from alcoholism, you would surely agree that that person is enslaved by that desire. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be that extreme. I would say even a person who is always caught by his ego, his arrogance, a certain needs of materialism, that also is a certain kind of slavery. A person who can't get up every day and go exercise the way he wants to, or he just has to have that one extra ice cream. That, in a certain sense, is slavery. As a matter of fact, the Torah teaches us that everyone is born and has an issue to deal with in this world. For example, if there would be a woman who would walk through the door and she would be 500 pounds, you'd look at her and you'd say, wow, this person, they really have an issue. Now, I might not necessarily know what their issue in life is, but I know how it's manifesting itself. And then there are others of us who are good-looking, successful, intelligent, just seem to have it all together. Well, those of us like that, it's much more difficult to identify our issues. In a certain sense, the person who's 500 pounds has it better off, because every day that person is confronted with the fact they have an issue. People who seem to have it all together, it's not so fortunate actually, because they can actually go their whole lives and die without ever dealing with their issue. Passover is a holiday that we dedicate ourselves to deal with our issues. It's a time when we stop and say, you know what? We are slaves. We have issues. And even if it seems that our lives are, pretty much charmed, you know what? Don't go through life avoiding our issues. Passover is the time to really be honest and say, I'm going to tackle it right now. What is my issue that I have to deal with? And by doing so, that is a true pathway to freedom.